Hello, thank you for joining me again. Today I would like to talk to you about a few things, as usual. I've recently discovered a publishing platform called PublishDrive. I was watching an interview with the CEO of the company and I highly recommend this platform. I've put some of my books on the platform already. They've been accepted, sent to the stores they work with. Some of them have already gone and are available in the store. Others are still waiting to be accepted. But the main idea is that why I recommend this company. I believe going wide with your books as an author is an important step in your career, is what an independent author should do, in my opinion, anyway. I don't think it's a great idea to have all your books in one basket. I do advise people to have, especially people who have more than one book, to have maybe one in Kindle Unlimited, but I would advise to have the other books wide. Being a global author is, I think, better than having your work in one place, because it gives you opportunity to be discovered by more readers, and that's exactly what this company does, as Draft to Digital does as well. It gives you your books, it puts your books in more than one store. PublishDrive does this as well, but I think PublishDrive has more stores they work with. They have lots of stores in China, for example, and the CEO of the company, for example, the lady was talking about how the Chinese market is huge. Like, you think that just because you're not writing in Chinese or publishing books in Chinese people wouldn't be necessarily interested in buying your books. But for example, there's like 1.4 billion people living in China, and out of those there's 800 million people who read. And I was watching a video on YouTube recently, people in a library. It was amazing. Like, I've never seen so many people reading books in public. Like, it was amazing. So I would advise you to check out the platform and see if it's something you're interested in. It's free to publish your book with them. Obviously you get a percentage just like Amazon does from selling your books, but you know, that's the usual. And yeah, in general it's free to publish with them, and you have more exposure to readers. So I'm looking forward to see what comes of that, especially when I'll be publishing my new book. That's a non-fiction book for writers. And I will also talk to you about a screenwriting book I've recently purchased. Although maybe you're not necessarily interested in screenwriting, but this book is good for storytelling in general. I just purchased it because I want to turn my debut novel in a script, so I wanted to update my knowledge, like with the actual the actual format of a script is, because I've made mistakes in the past. I mean, I've not necessarily made mistakes, but I wasn't aware of the actual format, or like every little bit. I knew the basics, but I wanted to go more in depth. So the book I purchased is published by a company called Teach Yourself. They've also published Nigel Watt's book, which is my writing Bible for writing. Yeah. So I'll show you the book cover. It's this. It's by Charles Harris, who's a screenwriter and a novelist. And I'll show you. I'm not even halfway through the book, but look how many highlights this book has. And it surprises me with every book I read. Surprises me how authors are able to to write about the same subject other writers have written about, and still bring something fresh. And that's what always gives me hope about writing whatever story, is that you have something to say. Everyone has something to say that I haven't heard, or someone else haven't been exposed to, a different story. So I recommend this book, for example. I'll talk about it in future videos probably, because as I said, I'm not even halfway through the book, and it's already given me so much information, useful information. So yeah, that's a few things I wanted. There is a few other things I would like to, but I'm gone over the 5 minutes, so I'll give you one more thing, a tip. What's the difference between a synopsis and a blurb? Because I know people have trouble writing them. It's a difficult task to distill your novel in like 250 words or more or less, but the main idea you have to remember with a synopsis and a blurb is that the difference is, in a blurb you don't have to give away the ending, unlike in a synopsis, which is usually either for your own use, to like have in mind the plot of your novel and what's going on in general in your novel, and to send to publishers so they know you can deliver an actual story. You have to tell them the ending along the other plot points. In the blurb you don't, so it's a more mysterious telling, short telling of your novel, of what your novel contains. So yeah. I hope you found this useful, and hopefully we'll see you next time. If you have something like any books to suggest, like what books you've read related to this subjects, yeah, let me know. I'm always eager to learn more. I do hope you find useful content in the videos I give you, because it makes me happy when people learn something, because it makes me happy when I learn from others, so it just makes me happy giving others as well something of value, so they're not wasting their time watching my videos. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a lovely day. Keep on writing.